Hey YouTube, Tim here. Yes, there are motorcycles in the garage, and I have not touched them yet. I know. If you all remember, I have this 1997 Y-Glide. I'm going to play with this transmission leak. Look back through my videos, you'll see about that. What was happening. I think I have an idea. I think I might try and sheet that leak just to see if I can do it. But, as I had said in the previous video, can't get to that yet because I got some other projects to do. This is a buddy of mine's Sportster. It's got a running issue. Fire it up cold. Seems to run okay. Runs a little rough, but it as the more it runs, the worse. The longer it runs, the worse it gets, and it finally won't run at all. So I got to do some diagnosing on that. The only thing I've done so far is I have had the coil off and performed a resistance test on the coil, which it does pass. So I don't think that's it. I have ordered a fuel pressure adapter so I can check fuel pressure on this while it's running and see what's happening. He has put injectors in it. He has put a new fuel pump in it. But nothing to no avail. Nothing is fixing the vehicle. So I'm going to just watch fuel pressure, and I also have a handheld, inexpensive oscilloscope that I have ordered. I'm waiting for that to get here too so I can scope secondary ignition, scope injectors, and hopefully that'll help me diagnose this bike. But I haven't got to that yet. I can't get to that yet. And I told my buddy I can't get to that yet because I have another project that I'm working on that I have to get done first. And that is this. My wife purchased a bass boat from her cousin. And it has a fluid leak in the outdrive. And I need to attend to this and want to fix this fluid leak so we can use the boat and do some fishing. Fall's coming. And I'd like to get out and catch some bass. Anyway, this boat that she bought, and I'll do a walk around the boat at some point. It is a 1999 Ranger bass boat. Our cousin bought it brand new, and it is a beautiful boat. It's in excellent condition. He was a serious bass fisherman. Just like us, he a little older, just decided he'd had enough. We purchased the boat from him knowing it had this outdrive leak, this leak in the lower unit. And I brought it home, and as you know, I've got a lot of projects going on. And I got thinking about it. I'm like, well, I'm just going to take it in and have somebody work on it. Just have somebody fix it. The heck with that. Why should I mess with this, right? Nobody will touch this boat. They say it's too old. The excuse I got, I went to a couple of marinas right around here. I live on Lake Hartwell, or not on Lake Hartwell, but close to Lake Hartwell. Big boating area, big boating community in upstate South Carolina, and there are marinas everywhere. And all marinas told me the same thing. Your boat's too old. We won't work on it. They're like, we don't have manuals that go back that far. You know, electronics. We can't diagnose earlier electronics. I said, I have a fluid leak in the lower unit. This is a fluid leak. Well, then you're going to deal with rust and corrosion. It won't come apart. We don't want to break it. It's on you. You know, it's on us if we break it. So I'm from, originally from Western New York. I'm an auto technician. Buffalo, New York area, where it snows like crazy, as everybody knows, and they use salt on the road. So I'm a little familiar with rust and corrosion. I was an auto technician there for years. And I don't know. I got this lower unit. I took this lower unit off today, and I don't know about you guys. I'm looking at, like, the studs that stick through. They were well greased. I'm not seeing a whole lot of rust and corrosion here. And, you know, as a marine technician, I would think you would know how to handle it. Anyway, I don't want to talk badly about, you know, any of the marinas here. Actually, I do, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to be a better person. So anyway, it looks like I'm stuck doing this myself. So I took this lower unit off, and I wanted to see where it was leaking. When I filled the lower unit with grease, so you fill it through the fill plug here, and you take out the vent plug on top, and you push grease up in there till it comes out the top, and then you close it off. You know, you put the plugs back in. And I did that, and my wife's cousin thought that the leak was coming out around the output shaft seal here. So I filled it, and I left the boat motor tilted down. And he said he had water in it, which it did have before last winter. We bought it last summer. It's been sitting out in the yard, and I drained all the fluid out of it before winter came, and it was full of water, so I'm glad I did that because I didn't want it to freeze and, you know, blow the unit apart. So I filled it and let it sit in a vertical position. I never saw any fluid drip out of it. And I know that doesn't mean that seal is solid. I mean, under running, you probably build a little pressure in there. It could push it out of there. But at one point, I went ahead and tipped the did the trim and tipped the motor back up, and I got grease running out of these holes up here. I tipped it way up because I wanted to cut the grass around it, and I started to get oil running out of here, which told me that my leak was probably up top, and I wanted to figure out what it was before I just started ordering seals and stuff. I probably should reseal this whole unit, but I'm going to be honest with you, it came apart so easy. I think I might just fix the leaks and what they are. Up top here, not touch the bottom one because that's going to require a special wrench to get this off, and I don't feel like buying it, and I don't think it's leaking. But I'll test it anyway. So how can I test it, right? So I got thinking, why don't I just see if I can't put a little bit of air pressure inside this unit and see where it's leaking. So I took the top plug out and measured the thread pitch, and that's 3/8 course, 3/8 by 16. So I don't know, I'm an old auto tech, I save everything. You buy a master cylinder, these plastic fittings come with it to bleed the master cylinder, to bench bleed the master cylinder. So I just took a die, 3/8 by 16 die, and ran it down one of those, rethreaded it with to that thread, ran it in there, and I've got my Silverline vacuum / slate pressure tester hooked up to the line. Just wanted to see if I could see where the leak is. And lo and behold, let's go ahead and do this. Let's put a little spooge on there. And we'll pump this a little. Oop. So that is my selector shaft for forward and reverse. Sure looks like that's a leaker. Now before I go any further, I'm going to take the water pump off. There's seals here on the input shaft as well. I'm going to check them as well. But I just thought I'd show that. I'm just, I'm nobody. I don't know anything. I mean, I don't claim to know anything. I know this unit fell off. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six bolts. The nuts holding on. You got to take this rear anode off to get to one of the bolts under there, and then there's a couple of bolts that come up through there, and these two and that. I mean, it came off pretty easy. Fell off actually, and it's been sitting a while, so I kind of want to do a new water pump anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this water pump off, and we might redo this test. I think I'm going to pull it off right now. And since nobody will work out it, I'm stuck on myself, but I might not touch that. I did spray around there, and I don't see any bubbles, but I'm going to do it again. But just wanted to show you a little, little ingenuity, and you can check this stuff yourself. Let's pull this up. There's like a, I haven't looked at the schematic yet, but this foam washer here seems to be up, and I think that should be down. That might actually be an upper seal that pushed right out of there. That may actually just supposed to be down there. It sure does go down there okay, and it fell right in. Yeah. So anyway, I'll check back later. Again, this is a lower unit off of a 1999 Mercury fuel injected 175. It is a 2-stroke, and nobody will touch it because it's so old and so nasty and so corroded, and we can't touch it. Freaking whiners. All right, check back with you later. Thanks.